Hi, Daniel. Congratulations on that. Just how pleased are you with that?
I'm really happy with this win because you couldn't criticize or blame our players at all for the last two games because the Bournemouth game was difficult, because just a few hours before the game we were promoted, and then difficult game with a red card, playing an underload, key decisions against us really doubtful, also injuries of key players. And then 2.5 days later, we have to play against Watford after all the celebration was difficult. But although you couldn't criticize my players, it's always then difficult when you have lost two games in terms of you've lost a bit the momentum, also a bit of self-confidence. It's always the same. You have to dig in then for the next game in order to grind out to that result. And that's what we did. And I think we responded in style with a really good game against a side QPR. They are, I think, over the last 20 or 21 games, position 3 in the form table in the whole league. Really good football side. They are really currently in a really good shape. And especially in the home games, they have a really decent record. So for that, I'm pretty pleased that we're able to respond today with a 3-1 win. Great goals. And also we're able to create even a few more chances, could have scored even a few more. QPR had also their spells, compliment to them. They were also there with a good performance in general. And perhaps in one or two scenes we could have been a bit more compact against the ball, but it was also the third game within 7 days. So for that, not too much to complain about tonight. And for that, I'm really happy with this performance, really happy with this win, and many compliments to my lads.
Pleased are you for Javi Quintilla? Obviously, he hasn't played too much football, but he sort of took his chance there, didn't he? If you don't shoot, you don't score.
No, absolutely. First of all, I'm pretty happy because he had a really difficult season because of all his injuries, and then he had to play against one of the best offensive players last week, and there was also a bit of criticism because it was for him difficult. Just a second game within 7 months, and then to play against one of the best offensive players anyhow was difficult for him. And I was quite confident that he would respond today with a really good performance. And he has this technique. Yeah, of course, the goalkeeper would have wished to do a little bit better, but he has also this technique to put a crazy curve on the ball. And we always encourage him when he's in shooting position also to be there with the strike. And it was also due to his technique, anyhow, that was then also a bit difficult for the goalkeeper to save the ball. And pretty happy for him. And two fullback goals today. I can't complain too much.
That penalty save from Tim Krul once again. I mean, at Rotherham, it was a crucial penalty save as well, wasn't it? And once again today, he's shown his quality.
Yes, we've got the best goalkeeper in the league, and I always trust him. Also, like to be there with key moments. To be honest, today I was quite confident. Even after equalizer, we would have responded, and would have find the next gear in order to go back in lead. But it was a situation where we started quite well into the second half. We were on the front foot, but we allowed them to have this counter attack and misjudge this situation a little bit, and could have defended the counter a bit better, and gave the penalty then also a bit unnecessary away. But Tim Krul, like I mentioned, the best goalkeeper in the league, was then able to be there for us and to save the ball. And although, of course, I was quite confident that even with the equalizer would have won this game. It was, of course, also a key moment in the game, and for that, also again, many compliments to Tim.
Kenny McLean probably won't make too many of the headlines, but 2 wonderful assists from him.
Absolutely. So I'm pretty pleased with Kenny, and we need his energy and also his quality with the ball on the pitch was, of course, a fantastic assist to Max Aaron's goal. And the third one was also like a situation when we brought Jacob Lungi-Sørensen in to have also Kenny a bit higher up in on the pitch, also in the pressing situations. And thank God it paid off. He was then able to win the ball and also to be there was a great assist. And the third goal then finished also the game then completely, because QPR is a good side. They always go for it. They are capable to score goals. And for that, it was important also to score the third goal. And I think Kenny in general was there. It was a really fantastic performance tonight.
Just finally from me, Watford got their win, so the title race is still alive. But you now know if you win either of these last 2 games, you've got it done. So are you confident that you'll get it done? You're on 93 points now?
Yes, we will see. First of all, you have to say, so after 44 game days, 93 points is outstanding and great. And it was again our game day, because 5 points clear with 3 games to go. Right now, 5 points clear with 2 games to go. It's even better. So we know that we're in a fantastic position. But Watford has also the quality, perhaps, to win the last 2 games. And for that, we need to keep going. We need to stay professional and disciplined and serious. and yeah, we also want to finish the game in season in style. And yeah, two difficult upcoming games because both teams will also fight for the best position in the top 6. So it's not easy for that. We have to keep going and have to stay focused. And yeah, hopefully we'll bring it over the line because the main job is done. You know, we are promoted and that's great. But the lads deserve also to crown themselves with winning the title and lifting some silverware. And yeah, hopefully we are able to manage this.
Great stuff. Well done, Daniel. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, Dave. Okay, anybody else want to jump in? I'm looking at Michael Bailey.
I was already unmuted myself. There we go. Well done, Daniel. This might be back, but I'll try and talk slowly. With Xavi, your team does look slightly different with him at left back. What was it today that you were really pleased with what he did in terms of the shape of the team and how it worked?
Yeah, first of all, was his defending behavior, because it was, of course, a difficult game against Sarr and against Watford. And then you also lose, if you're not that much in your rhythm, also a bit the confidence against the ball. And I think he was pretty disciplined and concentrated. And Xavi brings always unbelievable calmness and composure in possession. His technique is outstanding in terms of his technique. You will hardly find a better player in this on this level. And yeah, yes, and also the quality to be there with key passes or with crosses. His technique in this moment is great, but also with set pieces and sometimes also finishing situations. So, like I mentioned, of course, the goalkeeper could have done a bit better, but we always encourage Xavi, once he is in shooting position, then to be there also with a strike, because he can put some crazy curves on the ball. And I'm quite pleased also with his mentality, not to doubt himself and also to stay strong, also mentally strong after a bit of criticism, and then to respond with such a great game. And you could also feel a bit like how much the lads celebrated him, because he's a fantastic teammate and a fantastic character, and he deserves all the praise today, and also to be in the spotlight a little bit after a difficult season for him, and we're all happy for him.
Brilliant. There we go. And just one more. With Max, you can see again today the freedom that he's given. There was a moment in the first half where he was came all the way across the other side of the pitch, and likewise with his goal. I don't know many fullbacks that would necessarily be on the end of Kenny's pass, having won the ball with a high press. So, what is the key to giving Max that kind of freedom?
Yeah, first of all, it's also our an expression of how we want to play. We want to be flexible. We want to have different players at times in different positions, and that the opponent always have to be aware, okay, which player with which skills is sometimes in which position. So this is what we encourage anyhow. And yeah, also anyhow, though, it's more like Max has a lot of freedom, because we want him to attack the space in behind with his running. He has pace, he has the technique in order to do this, and we encourage him. Even at halftime, we spoke about, come on, attack the second post, to be even a bit more proactive and smell it a bit, because I got the feeling with his skills, he can even add a few more goals under his tally. And this is what he did then after a great pass of Kenny McLean, and then was not an easy finish, but Max has the technique also to be there with composure in his finish. I'm pretty pleased for him, because we need a strong second half of him, and he delivered. And yeah, it was a great goal.
Brilliant. Well done, Daniel.
Thank you.
Thanks, Michael. Okay, anybody else want to jump in?
Daniel, can I just ask, how would you compare this team now to the team that went up and won the title 2 years ago? Is it better?
It's always difficult to compare, because we were the big underdog 2 years ago, and no one expected us to be near to the top 6, because we're just playing with a bunch of young lads and unknown lads, many of them in their first season in English football. And it was, of course, a fantastic football and crazy nights. If I'm honest, we're not always in absolutely control over the games anyhow, but with our offensive energy, we're able to win games 4-3, 3-2, and something like this. And we had to handle a different situation during the season, because in many games we were the favorite. We were the side who was just a few months ago on Premier League level, and one of the favorites also for promotion. And for that, also we need a bit more maturity in our performance, a bit more balance also in terms of control the games, also a bit more steel against the ball. And this what the lads deliver during the season. I think it's difficult to say which season is more worse. Yeah, everyone can choose, but I got the feeling so in terms of game management, in terms of control of the game, also maturity in the performance. Our performance during this season are much better, and let's see. The outcome is perhaps a quite similar amount of points. We still have the chance to top the best season of the history of Norwich City Football Club, at least on championship level 2 years ago. We still have the chance to top this during this season. And I think the lads would deserve to do this there, because I think this season was even more difficult in comparison to 2 years ago. And for that, I got the feeling so as a group, we are even already right now even a bit better prepared for Premier League level than we were 2 years ago.
And you personally, are you better prepared for the Premier League? Do you think you've learned a lot as a manager over the last 12 months?
I'm not sure. So in general, I would always say, come on, let's stay away and awake and aware also, and you have to be there in order to have this attitude. You want to improve and to develop each and every day in football. Once you think you know everything about football, and right now I don't need to develop and improve anymore, then you become a dinosaur, and pretty quickly you're not good enough anyhow, because you always have to try to be ahead of the wave. If I'm honest, I have judged our situation 2 years ago, even exactly like I would have done this right now. I was always honest and transparent. I said, listen, we are not really prepared for Premier League level. We need a miracle in order to stay there. And we knew this, but our hands were a bit tight because of our situation as a self-funding club. And we decided not to invest in the first team. We decided to sort all the financial problems out, to invest in the infrastructure, to extend contracts of young lads. And we're fully aware that we needed, that everything would have come together in order to stay on Premier League level. Yeah, obviously it was not possible for us to work. It's a little miracle. I think in general we are prepared much better as a group in order also to play on Premier League level. Yeah, it will still be a big task, and we are still the big underdog on this level. Yeah, because we are the only self-funding club. We don't have the chance like 2 years ago. We were promoted as a champion anyhow. Yeah, but the other teams were able to spend, I think Aston Villa was able to spend £150 million in the summer, and additional 30 or 40 million pounds in the January transfer window. And even Sheffield United, they ended as runner-up, and they were able to spend whatever, £70 million anyhow to stay in this league. So it will still be difficult for us there, because we are not capable to spend that much money. But I got the feeling as a group and as a club, we are much better prepared. And I think we'll have also better chances once we turn back, and there is a chance also to be competitive then on this level.